Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Mattie and Liamo. I got the name of the show right. It's been that long. So, the cast of the new Star Wars movie, Episode 7, as yet unnamed, although I think they'll probably name it on Sunday, May the 4th. Mark my words. And it'll probably be a nonsense name.
Kind of like Star Wars Episode 7, the sequel.
Yeah.
So
Shadow of the Menace.
The Star Wars Episode 7 cast.
Yeah, so we have a cast. And as we expected, the big three are in there: Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher. We kind of all expected that, but I didn't want to get my hopes up because they hadn't really set it in stone yet. But it's been set in stone now, and you have that photograph, and you can see the three of them sitting there in the circle doing a reading. I read an article, and I had that picture of the big group reading. And you couldn't see some people because there's people kind of sitting in front of each other and what have you, but you can make out a few faces. J.J. Abrams is there and Mark Hamill on the far side. And I seen names underneath, and one of the names was Kenny Baker. Now, I couldn't see Kenny Baker in that photograph, but he could have been underneath somebody's chair or something like that. I don't know. But also what I was thinking was, if he is there, what's he there for? Like, they're all reading bits of this preliminary script. And Han Solo goes, I've got a bad feeling about this, or something, right? Yeah. And Kenny Baker, he's looking at his script, and he goes, beep, bop, boop.
just on your point about not seeing Kenny Baker, if you look at the background of that photo, there's a box with a door open, and inside that box is R2-D2. So I think they just shoved them in there, just like, Kenny, just stay in there.
Get in,
press a little button. Yeah, just press the button and it'll make the robot noises for us.
Kenny Baker is the fucking Daniel Day-Lewis of the midget world. He's already getting in character. Beep, bop,
He's been
boop.
working on this for 30 years.
Cup of tea, Kenny.
I only thought of that when you brought it up that you couldn't see him in the picture. I was like, holy shit. They put him in a box. I'm on IMDb because that's kind of the easiest place to look at the cast list.
Yeah.
Kenny Baker's picture on IMDb is somewhat unsettling.
Yeah.
I say somewhat. It's very unsettling. He looks like a boot.
People would be disappointed if Kenny Baker wasn't in this film, but, in fairness, would it really matter?
He is like 8 years old, so the chances of him making it to episode 9 are slim enough.
It's unlikely for him. I really, no disrespect to the guy, I just think with today's technology and fucking robotronics and what have you, he's really redundant, and it's really just a kindness that they keep bringing him back.
Chewbacca's also coming back, which I'm very happy about. I've always been a Chewie man.
Well, this is another one I'm curious about as well, because he's no spring chicken, this fella, Peter Mayhew.
No, he's
and from what I can tell, he's in rag order. Like most giants, their joints start to fucking seize up. They get arthritis and shit like that. And he struggles to even walk.
Yeah, 1944. So what? He's like 70 years old. 70.
But for somebody who's like 17 foot tall or whatever he is, that's old. These guys tend not to last, Yeah, although I would like to see an old Chewbacca in some sort of a futuristic wheelchair, like a hover chair or something. Or a chair in a crowd. Yeah.
It's like he needs his nappy change.
Jeez, imagine wiping shite out of four. Never thought about that before. Imagine wiping your arse if it was covered in four.
Well, I've got a hairy arse, so I kind of know what it's like.
My advice to you: baby wipes.
Really?
Yeah, don't bother with fucking toilet roll like a sap. Baby wipes.
I usually just I have set times where it's shit. This isn't talking. This is an actual talking shit. Yeah, so I'm happy that the original Luke, Han, and Leia are coming back.
So. I am very happy about that. Yeah. I hope Carrie Fisher doesn't look like a fucking corpse. I hope they bend over backwards to make her look semi-decent looking.
Alive.
Because I've seen her in a couple of things where she looked okay lately, like last couple of years, and I've seen her in a couple of things where it's like, oh my god, fucking hell, right in the childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they work some of that.
They are all very old. I mean, is Billy D. Williams going to be in this one?
Billy D. Williams is not going to be in it.
At all?
No. Well, he hasn't been mentioned, and it's assumed that if he was going to be mentioned, it would have been by now. He was in Dancing with the Stars or Dancing on Ice or Dancing on the fucking Sun or something like that, and he had to pull out because he hurt his back. And maybe that's why he wasn't called in. Although I don't really see that. It's not as if they were going to get him to do any fucking fighting scenes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? He looks great, and maybe that's why they don't want him back. Because
he does look well.
He's going to look too young compared to the rest of the crew, you know?
Okay. Mark Hamill's fucking smashed tomato face.
Yeah.
Jesus, that man is weird looking.
Yeah. Like, people always say about, it's a shame they couldn't get Sean Connery for the fourth Indiana Jones film, like. But I was like, there's no way they would have had him back, because he looked fucking younger than Harrison Ford. He's supposed to be his dad.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about Billy Dee Williams. If they brought him in, it'd be like, why does Han Solo look 114 years old and Billy Dee Williams looks about 50? You could say he was fucking cryogenically. You couldn't say it. I couldn't say it.
No.
You could say he was cryogenically frozen for 20 years.
Although Harrison Ford doesn't look that bad.
Well, he looks old as hell, but he looks fantastic.
I love the fact that they're bringing the original cast back. It would be ridiculous for them to make the movie as a sequel to number 6, which obviously is number 7, so it is a direct sequel. But to make that a sequel and to not include the cast, everyone would just be sitting there going, well, where are they? What are they doing? Like, you know what I mean? And it would be a cop-out that they died. Han got locked one night driving the Falcon and shit got cray.
I like that. I can actually picture that happening. Just, flying too low over fucking, I don't know, Coruscant or something like that, taking a few little buildings out of it. And it's like...
And in the background, who's going to fly you home? Which anyone who isn't Irish won't get that joke. Do you think that the three are going to have a major role in the film, or do you think they'll be...
What I heard from, I can't remember the name of the channel, but the hot chick who was doing it, she said the word is Harrison Ford is going to have a huge role in episode 7.
Okay.
Which I was thinking might just mean like a big breakfast roll or something like that. Or a big
massive log of tin foil in his hand.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? He just opens it up, sausages.
Rogers. And he's sitting on a park bench and he's ripping off bits of the ducks, I suppose. Or whatever the space equivalent is of ducks.
The Yodas.
Okay. So, Daisy Ridley.
The eye candy of the film, yes.
Yeah. She's the Natalie Portman of episode 7. And apparently she's come completely out of left field. Nobody knows who she is or what she's done before.
She's been nothing except for TV shows and one movie.
Oh, she was in Casualty or something, wasn't she?
Yeah, but she was in one movie which hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah.
So, I'm surprised.
Yeah, she obviously impressed somebody with her blowjob skills.